When I started at WHYY, Fresh Air was a 3-hour show, 5 days a week, and I was the only full-time staff member. And it was grueling. And then Danny came, first as an intern, and that's when the show started to be good and to be fun, because working with Danny was just a joy. So in order to kind of condense the brew, we made the show shorter, started a half-hour edition that went national, and then Bill Siemering, who was the station manager then, decided that this could be a national show.
I started with Fresh Air in 1979. I was a student at Temple University, and I wrote a letter to Terry. She really needed somebody to help her out because Terry was doing everything by herself. She was booking the show, she was greeting the guests when they came in. One selling point was I only lived 3 blocks away from the station. The main thing, though, I think, is I was so interested in all the things that Terry was talking about on Fresh Air. All the movies, and Terry played a lot of blues and jazz music. Our tastes overlapped very nicely. And of course, Terry knew so much more about all of this than I did, so for me it was this incredible opportunity to learn and to actually meet some of the people who made the music and the movies and the books that I loved.
When we went national and started editing the show, that was really great too, because you can boil things down to its essence, get out the boring parts, and it liberated me because I can take risks. I can go on tangents knowing this doesn't work, we'll edit it out. So when I look back on when we first went national, I was 36. The show is now 35. So the show is a year younger than I was when I started hosting it nationally. And that just sounds crazy to me.
I was here in the 1980s when Fresh Air was a local show, and people loved what Terry was doing. And in fact, when it went national, the national show was a little more carefully crafted, but it was obviously great, and the nation loved it. I went away and did reporting in newspapers and elsewhere. I came back filling in the early 2000s. They liked it, I did more, I stayed. And Terry's celebrity is well earned over many years. I mean, for a long time, the show's been carried over 600 stations and a weekly audience of more than 5 million people. And so over time, people know it and love it, and people in the entertainment business really know and love what Terry does. And that's one of the things that gets her on invitations to national shows and eventually got the National Humanities Award that she was presented at the White House.
One of the highlights of my career is getting a National Medal in the Humanities from President Obama. And I really couldn't believe it. When he walked in and all the recipients were in the room, he started with a joke.
We have an impressive crew with us here today. We've got Terry Gross and a whole bunch of people who Terry Gross has interviewed.
And I thought, oh, that's so funny. And I was so honored that that was kind of like part of the lead. So when he put the ribbon on me with the medal on it, I was like, I just can't comprehend that this is happening. It was extraordinary. People who listen to our show often think, I come into the studio, I sit down, I do an interview. Isn't that fun? But the truth is, we have this just extraordinary staff who I think of as a family. We have fantastic producers who find the guests, and in some instances pre-interview the guests. And then I'm given the research. They put so much work into it, and I couldn't possibly do the show without that. I'm so lucky.
Hi, I'm Shirley Mann.
And I'm Regina Mitchell. For more videos like this, subscribe to WHYY.